Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brian, and in this quick video, I'm going to walk you through 3 different lead strategies for final expense insurance based on budgets of $1,000, $2,000, and $3,000 per month. We'll compare Tier 1 leads and Tier 2 leads, and I'll show you exactly how they impact your sales and profitability using the income calculator. Before we dive into the budgets, let's talk about the 2 types of leads we work with, Tier 1 and Tier 2. Both are web-based final expense leads, people who saw one of our ads online and responded for more information. The difference comes down to how they got there and how strong their buying intent is. A Tier 1 lead is generated through a direct response ad where the person stops scrolling, reads the offer, fills out a form, and confirms their information. These leads typically cost around $20 each because they've shown high intent and are far more likely to answer and convert. A Tier 2 lead, on the other hand, is usually generated from lower funnel or remnant traffic. People who clicked a related ad, maybe entered partial information, or came in through a broader campaign that also markets to seniors. These cost around $2 each and deliver much lower intent, but they give us valuable volume at scale. Now, a very important distinction is conversion rate. As you might expect, a higher priced Tier 1 lead will convert better than a lower priced Tier 2 lead. But the surprise is that the difference in conversion rate is not equal to the difference in cost. As noted earlier, a Tier 1 lead at $20 is 10 times the cost of a Tier 2 lead. However, Tier 1 leads convert at about 6 to 7%, while Tier 2 leads convert at 1 to 2%. So while the price difference is 10 times greater, the conversion rate of Tier 1 is only 4 times greater than that of Tier 2, and that provides opportunity. So Tier 1 buys predictability and Tier 2 buys opportunity. The right mix lets you control both quality and quantity, and that's what we'll break down next. Now that we understand the characteristics of both Tier 1 and Tier 2 leads, let's take a look at how they perform in the real world. The first thing we see is a Tier 1 lead, once again at $20 per lead, and a 6 to 7% conversion rate, and we'll use 6.5 as the average in between the two. That will give you a $300 cost per sale. So what that means is, for every application I write, it basically costs me $300 to do that. Next, we see for Tier 2, the cost once again is $2. We'll use 1.5, which is between 1 and 2%, and we see the average cost per sale is $134. So it's a much better cost per sale on that. Now, if we plan to spend $1,000 a month, let's take a look at a possible strategy of how we can spend that $1,000. We can see in the first row that if we buy all Tier 1 leads at $20 a lead, we will get 50 Tier 1 leads. We'll spend $1,000 and we'll write about 3 applications. So basically we'll take 6.5% times 50 total leads. That will give us 3 applications, and once again our cost per sale is $300. If we buy all Tier 2 leads for the same amount of money, $1,000, we will get 500 leads and we'll write 7 to 8 applications, and our cost per sale is lower. So when we look at Tier 2, it looks like it's a much better value. Our cost per sale is lower, we write more applications, but what makes it a little impractical is the number of leads. Not impractical in month 1, but we have to forecast and take a look at months down the road. So if we start out in month 1 with 500 leads, that's a lot of leads, and it's going to take a lot of dialing effort to get through there. So you're going to have to increase your dialing capability, your capacity to dial when you buy a lot of Tier 2 leads. So an optimized strategy would be a mix of the two. Let's get 25 Tier 1 leads, 250 Tier 2 leads, spend the same $1,000. We'll write applications, 5 to 6 of them, and our cost per sale will be $170 to $200. So it's a compromise between the two. We won't have to work as hard as we would with Tier 2, and we'll get better results than if we have Tier 1 alone. Now that we've talked about a strategy that will allow us to spend $1,000, let's see how profitable that will be in the lead mix that we laid out. I'm going to use the Lead Stream Agent Dashboard, which is a great tool for modeling your income in the final expense business. If you haven't seen the videos we've made on this, definitely take a look. It's a tool that will definitely make the business pretty clear to you. Now, first thing to do is to come over to the lead type. We don't have a lead mix as a lead type, so we're going to have to kind of customize this ourselves. So I'm going to hit custom here. When I hit custom, I've already added a $1,000 per month lead mix in here. And when I do that, a cost per lead of 364 shows up down here. And we arrive at that cost by taking the total amount we're going to spend for the month, 1,000, divided by the total leads that we'll get for that 1,000, 275. So 1,000 divided by 275 equals $3.64. So that's the average cost of our lead. Down below, we have our leads per month. We have it set currently on 100, but in this particular strategy, we're going to buy 275. So I'm going to change that to 275. Our average monthly premium is $70. The average commission is 100%. The average advance is 67.5%. And the current conversion is set at 7. Now, the conversion rate that we're going to use is 2%. We said we would close about 5 to 6 applications. So if we take 5.5, which is the midpoint between 5 and 6, and we divide that by 275, the total number of leads, that gives us a 2% conversion rate. So we've converted 2% of the 275 leads that we received. So I'm going to come over to the slider and slide it down from 7 to 2%. And voila, the numbers are there. And there's one more thing we need to take a look at: chargeback not taken, which once again represent the applications that don't stay on the books, people that didn't take the policy, people that were declined. So we have to discount the total amount of money that we make by this percentage. And I've got it set here at 25. So let's scroll back up to the top and see what this yields us. What we see is a total of 6 applications written. That's going to be discounted by 25%. So we're going to net 4 applications on that. The monthly commission on that would be $37.80 when you write an average $70 application. The advance commission would be $25.52. We need to subtract our lead cost from that of $1,000, and that will yield us $15.51. And if we did this same strategy every month in the year, we would yield $33,348. If we take a look at the table below, we'll see how an increased conversion rate will also increase our income. So instead of closing 2%, if we close 3%, we see 8 applications and a total of $48,468 in annual income for the year. If we're able to do 4%, we see that will yield 11 applications and $71,148 for the year. So as you get better at this business, you will certainly write more business, you'll convert more, and your income will increase also. Now that we've seen what $1,000 per month will do for us in terms of profitability, let's see what happens if we go to $2,000 per month. So just for cosmetic sakes, I'm going to come here and change our $1,000 to a $2,000 lead mix in terms of lead name. That doesn't affect anything on the sheet itself. It just is an aesthetic change. It doesn't affect the average cost of a lead, which remains at $364. But what does change, if we double the money we spend, we'll double the number of leads. So 275 times 2 is 550. I'm going to change that to 550. Everything else remains the same, but now what changes are the number of applications. They go up to 11. The monthly average commission goes to $69.30. The average advance goes to $46.78. And now we're spending $2,000 per month on leads. So when we take a look at our cash flow, we see that we'll net $26.76. And if we did that every month of the year, we would make $59,000. So definitely a little bit higher than we were before. And once again, if we look at the table below, we can see what incremental changes in conversion rate will do for our annual income. So in this strategy, we are spending twice as much money, but we're also making almost twice as much money. And the last strategy we'll take a look at is if we spend $3,000 a month. If we spend $3,000 a month, our leads will go up by another $275. So instead of $550, We will have 750 tier 2 leads and 75 tier 1 leads for a total of 825 leads. That's an awful lot of leads. Let's go in here and make the change in leads per month. And now we'll see what's going to happen. And you can see this has been a pretty linear scaling from the $1,000 budget. We now have 17 applications. We now will have $10,710 in monthly commission. Our average advance will be $72.29. We subtract out the $3,000 a month that we're going to spend, and we'll end up netting $42.26, which if we do for every month of the year at $3,000, we would make about $92,000. Now, one thing we have to take note of that we mentioned before, 825 leads in 1 month would be an awful lot of leads. If you were to buy that many leads, you'd have to have systems in place to allow you to work them. You would need some AI agents possibly to help you dial. You need a multi-line dialer. So you're just not dialing out on a single line or 1, 2, or 3 lines. You need those tools in place to be able to accomplish handling this many leads. But this is the result of it, and you can see the advantage of a lead mix versus either one of tier 1 or tier 2 separately. Well guys, that wraps up everything in terms of what we can do with different budgets for buying leads. And if you have any questions, certainly reach out to me. Once again, my name is Bron, B-R-O-N, and have a great day. Bye.